Everybody has a story to tell when it comes to our mental health. My name is Darius. I'm a filmmaker and I also live with anxiety. This project has taken me on a journey around the country to meet young Australians from all walks of life who have suffered various mental ill health conditions, but have bravely found a path forward and the tools to support their recovery. Leaving my comfort zone of the coast and heading inland was an insightful experience. I wanted to meet Ben to start with. Ben's created an incredible online community called The Naked Farmer, raising awareness about mental health issues that people face in the agricultural communities in a playful yet powerful way. He's travelled around the country to meet and document their stories, as well as having his own lived experience with anxiety, so I was very interested to hear his perspective.
When I was 17, 18, I started getting anxiety attacks. The next few years was really a time where I was experimenting on how to overcome anxiety. I think there's a lot of reasons why the suicide rate in the agriculture industry is so high. There's so many things that can push you down on the ground and put your face in the mud. Going through drought at the moment is a serious issue. There's floods, there's insect issues, there's fire. There's so many things that determine what your year is like. Imagine working all year and you've put your heart and soul into it. You've done massive hours all year, and at the end of the year, you don't have a payday. You're actually backwards. And then the next year you do it again, and again, you don't get paid. I think that's one of the biggest things. A lot of people feel like that they're failing.
The main thing that affects me in my own life, my day-to-day life, is anxiety. I've always been that kid that's sort of like a bit different from the crowd. So being that in a small little farming town wasn't great, and I was one of the only Aboriginal kids in my class. Also growing up as someone that heavily repressed my sexuality was a big thing as well, just because I didn't feel comfortable in the place where I was. That feeling of like, everyone's the same and I'm different and I'm an outcast and I'm not going to be good enough because of that and da-da-da-da-da, which really, that ramped my anxiety up to a whole new level.
It started with school, I was just really anxious to go to school, and then it just got worse from there. And then I had my own child at 18. I was 18, so I was only a child myself, and then I suffered with postnatal depression quite severely. And my anxiety has just been pretty well unbearable ever since.
Yeah, well, as you can see here, not much grass on the ground, so we've been in drought here for a full drought for about a year now. And the year before wasn't that crash hot, and the year before that wasn't that crash hot either. So my brother Sam died by suicide. I was 17 at the time, and I think it's probably shaped my life more than I think, or more than I've realised. It certainly made me make different decisions and be a bit more aware of who I am, and that's a tough one. Certainly made me aware not to go down that path, that's for sure. And looking out for family and making sure they're in that same headspace as well, I guess. Yeah.
What would you say to that 5-year-old that was so scared and didn't understand how she was feeling and why she felt different now?
It's going to be okay. Regardless of how long it's going to take, it'll be fine. One day.
There aren't enough safe spaces in the world, and to find a place where you're not only feeling safe, but you're safe to share what's going on in your head, in your life, whatever, and that's validated is incredibly important, and that's what I found at Headspace.
Oh, well, you've had crops up your knees out here where we're standing, so you know it's going to happen again, so you just sort of remember that and keep going and know it's going to happen again, and I guess then when it does happen again, you appreciate it a bit more.
We've got this property, it's called Lonsdale Park. Big gum trees, the grampians in the background, the rolling hills, the sheep. It's just magic. And as soon as I unlock that gate, I put my phone on airplane mode, and that's like, I guess, my meditation in a way. Yeah, it's just when I can really just think about nothing and just chill out in my own mind. And yeah, it's like my happy place.
I related to what Winona and Ben said about a place that gives you a sense of peace. It doesn't really matter if it's a community or a meditative landscape. Finding that place that calms you and makes you feel safe is a simple and effective step that anyone can take. And I could definitely feel the impact that the landscape out here had on me. If you want to show your support for the project, please share this and subscribe to the Being Here YouTube channel. It actually makes a big difference. Thanks.